Okay, so today we've been asked for a while to do kind of show our shingleback out. This is our shingleback Rocky. We use him for the shows. As you can see here on the hand, he's missing a couple of fingers because he's just maybe a couple of months back he had a cancer grow on a couple of the toes and take the bones all the way out. But we got that all fixed up at the vet. They were able to remove the cancer without leaving any behind, and healed up rather well, stitched up really well. This little guy, we think he's about 6 years old. A bit hard to tell when you get them fully grown how old they actually are, but yeah, he's pretty healthy, pretty plump, pretty healthy. Loves a little chin scratch. And this is his enclosure basically. So you can see it's probably like a 60 centimeter by 60 centimeter by 120 centimeter long. We've got our UV light, our heat light over the other end. The heat light's on a thermostat, so you can see the probe just over here in the corner, just a bit off. Then we've got the pine bark mulch as a substrate. It's nice and easy. They can dig around in it, and we just clean it out when it gets dirty and when it needs a clean. We've got a water dish here. They drink quite a bit of water, so it's good to have. It's not too moist. These guys don't take moisture too well. So we got the pine bark mulch is pretty dry. The heat light keeps things pretty dry, so we don't have any scale rot or respiratory infections with them, which apparently they're prone to. We've got a hollow log for it, so as you can see inside the hollow log, it's got a lot of rough edges on it, so if they need help shedding when they're shedding, they can shed. We've got the rocks in here, nothing piled up too tall so they can fall and hurt themselves. I mean, in the wild they're going to be able to climb on whatever they want to climb on, so it's not too much of a big deal, but we don't really want them falling down and hurting themselves. You got here there's our food dish, and we've been feeding them a lot of adult bearded dragon pellets because they seem to love them. They work well, and it's pretty hard to source snails. They do eat the occasional chicken heart, some flowers here and there, and a bit of fruit and veggies, but the bearded dragon pellets are probably the most part of their diet. We've also got like a platform system worked out here with the heat. So we've got the tile on the top, but these guys don't really tend to go underneath it. We've got this enclosure set up pretty much the same way we've got our blue tongue enclosure, which I'll show you next. The blue tongue uses the platform, it goes underneath, gets the extra heat, but these guys seem to, they just kind of bask around the platform, they don't really go underneath it. A lot less agile than the blue tongues, but a lot more hardy, I guess, a lot more solid in the body. And yeah, that's basically our shingleback. It doesn't mind climbing up there every now and then and getting a bit of warmth. So I'll take you, I'll show you. Got glass sliding doors. Got their little information on there, distribution map, and a little bit of information there because it is an animal in our zoo. The next one we got is the blue tongue. You can't really see that, but and we go in here, and as you can see, he uses the hide quite well and sits under there, but it's much the same kind of setup. A fairly easy setup. Blue tongues are pretty, as a first lizard, I'd definitely recommend the blue tongue because they don't make much mess. it's easy to clean. The enclosure design is pretty simple. Like we've popped air vents one down the bottom on one side, one up the top on the other side. You got the UV light again, the heat light again. Thermostats. Thermostats aren't too expensive. You can get them, if you look on eBay, you can get them pretty cheap. If you go to a pet store, I guess they're a bit more expensive. Yeah, so again we've got the bearded dragon pellets, bowl of water, just a half log here for this one. They do really like it quite low, but we did have a whole log in there, but it kind of split in two, so now we've got 2 half logs, which work quite well because the blue tongue's not exactly a big bulky animal anyway. They tame up really quickly, both the blue tongue and the shingleback. They get used to human interactions and quite comfortable with human interactions quite quickly. A lot of people don't like the word taming when it comes to reptiles, but I guess it's probably the easiest word to understand. And they make really good pets. Good for kids, I guess. They don't require too much maintenance, and friendly. Alright, well that'll do us for today.